those tough ones to lose. I mean, you knew the way the East and the West had been mixing it up that the West was going to bring a good team over, and you knew what Schulzburg-Benton was all about. But as we said on the way up here, one or two plays, and it might be a different outcome.
It is. I'm going to give all the credit to Schulzburg. They played a great game tonight. It's their first time doing something like this in a long, long time, and we've been there quite a bit, and so it's a little different being on the backside. That's okay. Tim Strang's a great coach. They got a young team. They should be pretty good. They should have a real good opportunity in sectional. Looking at what teams are starting to go into there, we both kind of were talking about that prior to the game. I thought we played very well, but like I said, they played a little bit better. The whole game came down to one play, and it's a tough call if everybody's watching it. You don't know whether you'd call it an interference call. You don't know if they're going to call what that is. That play was the game, and very, very good, very well played game by both teams. And I thought my kids played good. His kids played 2 runs better today. So we've been in these games. This is I think my 10th one, 8th straight game, and the biggest blowout was ever 4 runs. I always know they're always going to be tight in these regional finals. And like I said, Schulzburg-Benton, very nice team. Credit to them. The West was a better overall conference than our East was this year, hands down. They had some, 4 solid teams over there. They're awfully good. I got a feeling Highlands probably having a chance to get in the sectional too. So if they're putting 2 teams in the sectionals, that's pretty good.
Let's talk about your pitchers. You went through a number today, and let's start with Sawyer Lee. It looked as though that liner off his ankle might have, I don't know if it hurt, if it affected him totally, but did that lead to the change there at all from him to Carmody?
No, he was actually throwing dynamite. They weren't touching him, and he had the ball going low. He had all his pitches going. I'm like, this is going to come down to a bunt, guys. And next thing I know, all of a sudden he comes back and he goes, I got a cramp, and it was in the muscle underneath his armpit. And we tried to rub it out. We put Icy Hot on there, and it just every time he reached up, it was like somebody grabbed a hold of his muscle. And he goes, I never felt like this before. And so we sent him back out there. We put the heat on. They said, go through 1 pitch. Let me get the injury transfer instead of pulling you at the beginning of the inning. So he went out there and made 1 throw, and he's like, no way. And so he did that. He was doing great. Carson was doing dynamite on his run to first base. He pulled a little muscle or a little tendon in his foot, and he was gimping away, and he tried to pitch, couldn't put any pressure on his right foot, and we had to, I'm like, go throw a pitch out there too, I got to get the injury, I don't have a kid warmed up, and he went out there, threw 1 throw, and we went out there and made a change. We got a very good pitching staff. I mean, our ERA is under 2. It's a good staff, it's a great team. They worked hard, I can't say enough good things about this team, and for us to lose the amount of kids that we had last year, the season that we had last year, and to replace basically 7 brand new starters on this team, and to go 20-4 is awfully remarkable. It says a lot about our coaches, it says a lot about our players, and the thing is we bring basically every starter back except for 1. So, ladies and gentlemen, watch for Barneveld next year.
Well, and you learn lessons from games like this, and I'm sure you talk about it being maybe a bunt here or there or 1 inning here or there. The inning where you wound up having back-to-back doubles. Unfortunately, the pickoff, you survived 1 but not the second. What happened there, and how much was that a learning experience?
The pickoff on the 1, we knew that was coming. We know when you get a runner to second, they do it all the time. And I said, you know what, we're going to take a high-risk move, guys. They're going to do this to us, and we practiced this past week. And the minute that third baseman runs in and yells bunt, take off. I go, it's a high-risk move, but I think we'll be able to do it. And we did. And it was kind of nice to see. I knew it was high risk, but I'm like, you know what, in a game like this, we're taking our shots, and I'm going to roll the dice as much as I can. And then on the pickoff move, I just got done telling Colton, I said, you're going nowhere, they're playing tight. I go, it's got to get through, or it's got to watch liners. He goes, I know, and I could see it coming, and he froze, and they got him, and we picked 3 guys of theirs off tonight. And then when we change catchers, when Carson's back there, anybody gets a little too far off, you're done. And it's that quick. He's an awfully special player. A lot of remarks about him from other schools. We've had scouts, pro scouts in our stands this year watching him. He's an awfully good player, so big things probably for him in the next year or two.
And then you mentioned you've been in a number of these tight regional finals. That seventh inning, you get one guy plunked, and the next guy walks. All of a sudden, the go-ahead run standing in the batter's box, and you never know what's going to happen. Last glimmer of light, but it closed in a hurry after they had the little powwow, and Cook settled down.
Yeah, Jacob's a good hitter, very powerful hitter. He was a DH for us probably for the first half of the year, and then he kind of ran into a little cold spell, and I moved him out of there. And he's got tremendous power, hits the ball very hard, and I'm like, you know what, take a chance. If he hits it, it's going to be smoked. Let's see what's going to happen. And like, I have confidence in him, you know what I mean? If he doesn't get it, he doesn't get it, but I had confidence in him, and that's what I got to have. That's what I told him. I said, hey, I went to put you in there if I didn't think you could have done it. You know, these games are tight. You know, we've had better luck in sectionals blasting people than here in this one, or at least controlling the game pretty much consistently. Regional finals are very, very tough in my opinion. And when you go look at the line scores of teams now here in the next couple games, you're going to see a lot of 6th and 7th inning turnarounds from a game. It's just that way in the paper, you know. It's just the way teams are. And sectional finals, I'll tell you what, you watch that 6th, 7th inning in a lot of sectional finals, and somebody comes back usually. It's baseball. It's pretty fun to play. Sorry, our season's going to come to an end, but you know, I'm looking at Tim and I'm looking at his players are smiling, and I gotta say, I'm like, good luck. I go have fun and enjoy sectionals, because in my opinion, that's my baby. I love to go there. That's my favorite place to go, and we'll see what happens.